Tonight, we'll take a look at what Auburn University has in store in regards to COVID-19 and the return of students back on campus. We'll then update you on what local streets are getting a makeover. We'll also take a look nationally by informing you on the extremely cold weather that hit the East Coast last weekend. Finally, find out what national day everyone is celebrating today. All of that and more is coming up next on Eagle Eye's Monday News at 6.
Good evening, and welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Mary Lauren Burdishaw.
And I'm Jack Greenwald. With students returning to campus and the emergence of new variants of the COVID-19 virus, the Auburn University COVID Resource Center has seen a large uptick in cases from last semester despite the reinstatement of the university's mask policy. The center's most recent report included 445 new positive COVID cases for the week of January 10th through the 16th, which was a great increase from the previous week's number of 183, continuing a positive trend of increasing cases on campus here at Auburn. In addition, the centers also reported that out of 1,132 on-campus administered tests, 371 returned with a positive result. That is a 32.8% positivity rate, which is the largest percentage the university has seen in a year. For those experiencing any of the symptoms related to COVID-19 or have come in close contact with someone who has COVID, the Alabama Department of Public Health implores you to get tested. To schedule testing, stay updated on Auburn's COVID situation or visit the Auburn COVID Resource Center website.
On January 20th, Dr. Christopher Roberts hosted a student forum at Auburn University as the lone finalist in the search for Auburn's next president. Eagle Eye's Blake Phillips has more.
I'm thrilled that you will get a chance to meet and ask questions of Dr. Roberts and get to know him the way the advisory committee has gotten to know him over the past month.
On behalf of the Student Government Association, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Student Forum with presidential candidate Dr. Chris Roberts.
Thursday, January 20th, Auburn University's lone finalist to fill the seat of current President Jay Gouge after his second retirement, Dean of Engineering Christopher Roberts held a student forum where he fielded questions from Auburn students and addressed their questions and concerns. There was significant student turnout, with students filling half of the Melton Student Center ballroom to hear the prospective new president answer questions. Among those asking questions, there was one student that inquired about Dr. Roberts' policy on relating to students.
So I use that to say, what's your plan and your vision for how you relate to students? And I know you'll be extremely busy, so open door policy may be off the table. But what is your plan and your vision for relating to the average student as well as student leaders here at Auburn?
Yeah, I intend to keep policy similar to what I have, and it is pretty wide open. I like talking to people. You learn a lot when you talk to people. I mean, obviously schedules get busy and all that, but we do, try to make sure that we always feel accessible to people. So we will definitely work towards that and hopefully achieve that.
After a full half hour of answering questions, Dr. Christopher Roberts ended the student forum by stating that he was proud of the students that came and that the student body was exactly why he wants to be the next president of Auburn University. Even after time had expired for the question answering period of Dr. Roberts' student forum, both lines of the microphones up front were still full. Students were clearly very eager to get their question answered by the prospective new president of Auburn University. This has been Blake Phillips, Eagle Eye TV.
The Bruce Pearl Family Foundation is proudly presenting its 7th year of AUT Live in an effort to continue the fight against cancer. AUT Live aims to raise the awareness of cancer prevention and detection, as well as raise monetary donations to benefit cancer patients and their local hospitals. The foundation's mission states, "The best way to beat cancer is to detect it early and be able to fight it on your home court." Auburn University's basketball fight against cancer will continue with their match against Texas A&M in Auburn Arena on February 12th. You can show your support by attending the game and purchasing the special edition of 2022 AUT Live t-shirt from BrucePearlFamilyFoundation.com.
It's spring semester, and you know what that means. It's time to elect new representatives to Auburn University's Student Government Association. This week, Eagle Eye TV will be bringing you coverage on all the candidates leading up to a live show of the SGA callouts on Friday evening starting at 9:30 p.m. SGA President, Vice President, Treasurer, and Miss Auburn make up the major candidates but there are also dozens of minor candidates that will be occupying the concourse this week in an effort to win your vote. Make sure you tune in on Friday for our special call-out show, and don't forget to vote on Friday for your candidates in an effort to show your school spirit.
Speaking of school spirit, are you hoping to get more involved on campus as we kick off the semester? Well, what better way is there to find out what's happening on campus than by perusing the AU Involve webpage? Those looking to attend a campus event should get familiar with utilizing their event pass. Eagle Eye's A.G. Rivera has more information on how to access your event pass so that you can get involved this spring.
Getting your mobile event pass is super easy to do. All you have to do is log on to your AU Involve account using your Auburn username and password, click on your profile, which is either a photo of you or your first initial, and it is the first option underneath your name labeled Event Pass. From there, you can save it to your Apple Wallet or Google Wallets, or you can screenshot it and just save it to your photos.
Take a look at the new exhibitions at the Julie Collins Smith Museum and the Opelika City Schools Superintendent's resignation. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
The 27th Annual Hospitality Gala is set to be on April 21st at the Auburn Hotel. Hosted by Auburn University's Hospitality Management Program, the gala will begin with a champagne reception and silent auction, followed by the evening program honoring the recipients of the Hort Schultz Award for Excellence in Hospitality, as well as the Outstanding Alumni Award. Alabama tourism detector Lee Sentel will receive the prestigious Hort Schultz Award. In November 2019, he saw the Alabama Tourism Department win the Best Regional Destination Campaign Award from the International Travel and Tourism Awards, the first American state to do so. The recipient for the Outstanding Alumni Award this year is Catherine Wayman, Creative Director for C. Wayman Floral and Events. Her distinctive designs and luxury floral arrangements have appeared in many recognizable places, such as Vogue magazine. The night will conclude with a live auction to raise funds to support the Auburn Hospitality Management Program's educational initiatives. The students from the Hospitality Gala event design course at Auburn are responsible for planning, organizing, marketing, and facilitating the Hospitality Gala under Alicia Douglas, the Hospitality Management Associate Professor. For more information on the Hospitality Gala, visit thehospitalitygala.org.
The Julie Collins Smith Museum of Fine Art invites everyone to take a look at the new exhibitions These Auburn Experience themed pieces will be available to view from January 28th to July 31st. Auburn University's various departments have put together some remarkable exhibitions. Faculty Exhibition 7 features dozens of artists from the Department of Art and Art History, the School of Industrial and Graphic Design, the College of Human Sciences, and the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering. The museum's new series, Radical Naturalism, will also be on display. This series, curated by Tommy Coleman, features drawings and sculptures paired with Audubon etchings with an emphasis on the fragility and restoration of our natural environment. The School of Industrial and Graphic Design will be showing guitar designs and prototypes developed in Fret House, a senior thesis design studio. Admission is free, so don't hesitate to go take a look at the art Auburn has to offer. For more information, go to jcsmauburn.edu or call 334-844-1484.
Auburn alumnus Jonathan Harrison is bringing Southern cooking to Gordon Ramsay's TV show, Next Level Chef. Harrison studied journalism at his time at Auburn and has worked as a chef, realtor, and on-site coordinator in his hometown of Columbiana, Alabama. His time at Auburn is one he remembers fondly. Auburn feels like family, and that's what I love about it, he said. Harrison's original idea post-graduation was to pursue food journalism. After his love of cooking took over, he started to host driveway dinners during the pandemic, and a friend of his sent him a link to apply for Next Level Chef. Harrison has already had multiple displays of incredible Southern cooking, and he hopes to represent Auburn well as the show progresses. Watch Next Level Chef on Fox Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. You can also follow Jonathan Harrison's career through his Instagram page at chef_Jonathan Harrison.
Governor Kay Ivey and the Alabama Department of Transportation, or ALDOT, announced that Auburn will be receiving state transportation funding. The city of Auburn will receive $1.5 million to assist with the widening and resurfacing of Shug Jordan Parkway. The project will also include the addition of a center turn lane and a culvert extension. This addition of a left turn lane has been discussed for many years, and the city has partnered with ALDOT in the past to add them on other sections of Shug Jordan already. This addition is expected to increase safety by minimizing accidents. The funding was provided by the Alabama Transportation Rehabilitation and Improvement Program 2, or ATRIP 2, which was created by the Rebuild Alabama Act. Each year, $30 million is set aside for highway system projects. It is expected that several projects will be under contract in 2022, and all projects are required to move forward within 2 years.
Opelika City Schools Superintendent Dr. Mark Neighbors has announced his retirement. With over 35 years of experience in education, Neighbors has held the superintendent position for the past 15 years. Neighbors served as the principal of Opelika Middle School from 1991 until 2001, when he was named the assistant superintendent. In 2007, he was hired as a superintendent of Opelika City Schools. It has been an honor serving the children of Opelika, and I hope my efforts have been helpful in moving our community forward, said Neighbors. Opelika City Schools has announced that Neighbors will serve as superintendent until the end of the school year, and details about the search for the position will be released later. When we come back, find out what one Supreme Court justice's retirement might mean, and then we'll take a look at the crazy winter weather that has been impacting the East Coast. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Last week, it was announced that after nearly 28 years on the bench of the Supreme Court, Justice Stephen Breyer is retiring and giving Joe Biden his first opportunity to pick the next justice. While the ideological makeup will likely not change, the decision will impact the country for decades to come. And with midterms looming, Democrats are seizing on the moment, hoping to boost the party's prospects in November and the Biden presidency.
Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer announcing his retirement Thursday.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The 83-year-old liberal stalwart's decision to step down, giving President Joe Biden his first opportunity to make a Supreme Court nomination.
I will select a nominee worthy of Justice Breyer's legacy of excellence and decency.
And fulfill a campaign promise to make history.
The person I will nominate will be someone with extraordinary qualifications, character, experience, and integrity. And that person will be the first Black woman ever nominated to the United States Supreme Court.
The nomination, now expected to come by the end of February, will be one of the most consequential decisions of Biden's presidency.
Once I select a nominee, I will ask the Senate to move promptly on my choice.
But the confirmation process could be contentious. An evenly split Senate means every Democrat in the chamber will need to back the nominee if no Republicans get on board. With moderate Democratic Senator Joe Manchin signaling possible support for a justice more liberal than he is, there is hope of party unity and even bipartisanship, as previous nominees by Democratic presidents have always received at least some Republican votes.
Then it would be great if we could get some Republicans to be open-minded about it.
Breyer's nearly 3 decades on the court will come to a close at the end of the term in June, but he says he will remain seated until his successor is confirmed. I'm Daryl Forges reporting.
Last week, the Russian government insisted that they have no intention of invading Ukraine. Yet U.S. intelligence officials say that there are signs that the Russian military is prepared for battle, including vital medical supplies to treat the wounded. Sam Kiley has more.
U.S. intelligence officials have confirmed that they believe that blood supplies are being sent to Russian troops who are supposedly exercising close to the borders with Ukraine and in Belarus. Now, this is being interpreted by the United States as yet another indicator that some kind of military action against Ukraine, a cross-border incursion at the very least, could be imminent. From the Ukrainian perspective, they're treating these reports with some cynicism, some officials denying them, others perhaps suggesting that this is a normal part of what you would see in any military exercise. And the reason for the dissonance between the two very close allies, remember it's the United States that's the biggest military donor to the Ukrainians in their effort to try to see off any potential Russian invasion, is the economy. The Ukrainians here believe that every time there is mention of an imminent threat to their country, there is capital flight, the economy takes a knock, and that ultimately could lead to political instability, all of that playing into the hands of Vladimir Putin. Sam Kiley, CNN in Kiev.
For those Auburn students who spent their time off this weekend, enjoying the outdoors or spending some time in line for sporting events, you may have realized that the weather was especially cold. A major nor'easter hit the East Coast this past weekend, with the storm bringing heavy snow, strong winds, and power outages with it.
The wind is starting to pick up, so a lot of the roads are still very snow-covered and slippery.
A vicious mix of wintry weather threatening millions of Americans.
There's no question we're going to lose control for a period of time. There's no way plows can operate when they can't see in front of their face.
Blizzard warnings are in effect for more than 10 million people across 10 states.
It's really almost a minor hurricane with snow.
Whiteout conditions are expected in some regions, causing several governors to declare states of emergency.
We're ready for what could be a really rough storm.
More than 3,500 flights in or out of the U.S. were canceled Saturday, according to the FlightAware tracking service, and authorities are advising residents to stay off the roads if possible.
I'm just definitely going to stay inside, make sure we got our shovels out, just stocking up.
You get the plows ready, the snow blowers ready, and then you just pray it stops snowing as soon as possible.
The National Weather Service predicts this will be a historic major winter storm for eastern New England, as well as parts of New Jersey, where forecasters are calling for up to 1.5 feet of snow.
It's great. I mean, it's a good chance to get some peace and quiet in the city, kind of close your eyes and pretend you're out in nature. Nice change of pace.
I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
When we return, find out what national day we're celebrating today and how one couple embraced each other and the weather. Stay tuned.
Pop, pop. It's National Bubble Wrap Day. Those air bubbles that feel so good to pop after they've protected a fragile item were actually invented for an entirely different purpose. Two engineers came up with the contraption in 1956 when they sealed two shower curtains together. The technique they used caused air bubbles to form. The pair figured it would make pretty cool wallpaper, but that idea never took off. Instead, they decided to sell it as greenhouse insulation. It was named AirCap, and in 1961, IBM used it to protect one of its early computers when shipping. The bubble wrap we know today was born, partially thanks to big tech. Now, tempting though it may be to pop those bubbles, you should resist. Doing so takes away the wrap's protective qualities and makes it less effective to reuse.
While the weather outside is frightful, the feeling of love will forever be delightful. When a snowstorm hits, most people decide to curl up on the couch with a blanket and a book, but one couple decided it was the perfect time to tie the knot.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
January 29th. It's a day that's been circled on the calendar for over a year for Adam and Sally Irujo.
We've been planning it for 14 months.
We have a few cutting boards with the state on it,
mugs.
and a couple mugs, and a marriage license with it on it.
When news of a potentially historic blizzard hitting the Northeast put their special date in jeopardy, the couple said, "No problem."
We thought it was going to be really hard, and then it all came together. Like the Providence Public Library worked with us so well. All our vendors somehow were available the next day, and I think it was just meant to be.
Surrounded by frozen friends and family.
I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Sally and Adam Irujo.
We're psyched.
Yeah, we're so psyched. Snow couldn't stop us. It feels amazing to have all these people we love around us. Here to share this day with us and celebrate and have a snowball fight, hopefully, once I get some gloves on these fingers.
Everybody is a fan of nursery rhymes, right? Well, our new pet of the week, Mother Goose, is certainly ready to tell you one or more. This gorgeous girl came with some kittens of her own that have now flown the coop and found their forever homes. Mother Goose sure hopes someone will fall in love with her too, so she can spend the rest of her days curled up by a window under the sun and getting all the head scratches she desires. Mother Goose is 2 years old, unaltered, vaccinated, and microchipped. She's FIV negative, and her adoption fee is only $100. Apply online for her today. We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Mary Lauren Burdishaw.
And I'm Jack Greenwald. Thank you for watching, and War Eagle.